everyone. Heading to the next stage, which is Friday, is a busy day for most of you. But when Jay told me that we were going to do this along with Dr. Arnold, and a million things fly through my head. So what I try to do is I try to write it along the way because it's too much to write. But I try to summarize, the journey for the past 6 years. And first of all, I would like to take this moment to honor my Savior Jesus Christ for giving me an opportunity every single day to walk on this earth. And also, today, my beautiful wife is here, present with us. She's Dr. Ruta Michael. She's a rheumatologist, just moved to Tucson. Give her applause. I can relate to everyone that has come here and spoke. And if I can give a few words of encouragement, especially to the young people or the people that are thinking about opening a business in the future or has been through the ropes. So, today we are here for the glory, but we need to know the story because there's an underlying story because the journey has not been easy. For me, the journey started on May 4th, 2009. I was a chemist for Sanofi Adventist in Oro Valley. And I was hired as a private independent contractor to do a chemistry work. I was a purification scientist, part of 3 people. And they promised me when they hired me as self-employment, 90 days later, they will hire me full-time. Well, 90 days passed, no benefits. So I asked my boss, I was like, hey, I'm fully dedicated. He promised me to give me a job after 90 days in terms of full-time, so I will have benefits because I don't have health insurance, I don't have, other need stuff in terms of benefits. And he said, well, right now we're not hiring, we want to continue as a, self-employment. Mind you, they're paying 75 grand, they only pay me 50 grand through private entity. This is the modern day of American workforce. Fast forward, so I left the place, and as a good son who followed by the book, I pick up the phone and I call my father. What a nerve wracking. Here I am transitioning from a job to, I wanted to work for myself. And my father thought, how can my good son who did everything by the book we told him and my wife raised him very well, invested in him, now he's gonna leave a job in this stock market in 2009, is he crazy? So what did my father do? He flies from Indianapolis to Tucson and to talk to me about reconsidering. But I already made my mind. I was going to go into the world of finance and insurance and investment. But to get under the rope, I was getting mentored along the way. An opportunity presented, and I'm a little bit of odd scientist. I'm an outgoing, very extrovert individual, but I don't mind the work. Then I ended up working for a U.S. Senate campaign. Wow. When you work on the losing end of a campaign and to do it gracefully and all the odds and the doubts are stacked against you, but you learn so much about yourself in your downtime. So I was across the state, rural area, Arizona, you name it, every town. I would just working and working and working. Although I work for a losing team, but I learned so much about myself that if you have purpose and vision and dedication of good work ethic, and anything could happen. So the guy ended up getting about 600,000 votes. And then along the way, I met Dr. Arnold. So I'm always advocating for my people. So I had a group of refugees that were living in my place, and I took them to Project PEP at that time through Carrie's program. Mayor Palma helped those 3 individuals get a job while I was still working in the campaign. So that's where the relationship stopped with PEP. So when the campaign finished, a job was offered to me again. I was helping a young refugee single mom who was on the street. So I went to PEP. I ran to PEP, and Project PEP helped her get a job in housing. And along the way, I ended up at PEP with a youth state coordinator. And because of my campaign experience in this community, I reach out every door, from the mayor's office to the TV station to Chapman's, you name it, in this town. They're like, when I go, I was like, what is Ezekiel? What do you want? I was like, no, I'm just trying to help a young kid. It was like, what is the catch? There's no catch. Pima County is going to pay, for a 6-week work program. We just want them to have a work experience, 14, 21 years old. Okay, bring them. And then you'd be amazed, our youth, when they're given a present of an opportunity with a job, especially an adult environment, not 2, 3 of them, but one person, they really will succeed, because that's what we need in this community, be able to translate the knowledge from baby boomers to the younger generation. So I did that for about 3 years. And like Jay said, when I was doing my tax business after my first year, the opportunity presented at Blackjack, the business was failing. So I went there every evening after I got off from PEP at 5, worked there for 6 months for free, learned how to do slapping pizza. From chemistry, still food chemistry, there is a relationship there. And I just craft, and I saw the business without advertising the fall still ran. So they were making about 5,000 a week. And I was like, man, how do they go over the head and then make a profit? No wonder why the business was failing, because they just couldn't afford, to advertise. So I took a leap of faith, pick up the phone call to get the best advice. Usually it's the mom. Our moms have the analytical thinking whether to take a risk or not. So I talked to my mom, and I was thinking about, I always stood up to the young people. There's always somebody you stood up. Is it an uncle? Is it mom and dad? Is it a friend? Is it by yourself? There's somebody you stood up for in life. And for me, it was my mom and dad and my brother. So when I offered my mom the opportunity, hey, there is this opportunity, I can do it, but are you guys willing to, 5, 6 years down the lane, would you be able to move and, come join me? My mom was like, okay, your dad and your brother can help you. So my dad, who was a little bit doubtful around 09, came back in full circle, ended up working with me. I took a $75K from PEP, 25 for operating capital, and 50,000 was for down payment. And along the way, my dad was like, wow, I believe in my son, but this is a long haul. Think about it, 80 years old, doing all the prep every day, and my brother is answering the phone and making pizza, and I'm a delivery guy, and then, whatever is left in between. So along the way, we overcame our adversity. The first month, you had to clean up the place. And along the way, we start seeing light, First of all, taking care of customer. The value of customer is you realize there's one line in between. That's called service. Your customers are willing to give you a chance, so long you give them the respect they deserve, honor them, and then give them quality service. And it takes time to build that trust again, from failed business to get back. So it took us about 2.5 years, about a first year to transition. Along the way, I invested a big chunk of money. Every money we saved, my brother and my dad, we never got paid. We just paid our basic stuff, but we never paid ourselves. We just invested back in the business. And then on April 18, 2015, we bought all brand new touch computers from the DOS system. Mind you, it was there forever. It was cut up along the way, so we get nervous. And 3 weeks later, we had it broken, and then all our new stuff was destroyed. And then, so we had to start all over again, but we never give up, because I have my dad and my brother with me, and then I have a wonderful staff that I, help get them forward. So we went to transition. We called PEP. That's where the beauty of PEP is. At that time, we didn't ask for loan, but they helped us with all the technical assistant aspect of it, how to file the paperwork, what needs to be done next, so the business could never be shut down. So that's the unique aspect of PEP, is the technical aspect, and the technical support and advice, and be able to visit the place, make sure we're okay, so we can transcend whatever the adversity we were getting. Along the way, we had people like Michael Tekle, who's our brother, who's been with us every step of the way, from the downs to ups and the downs, and he was there, and we can't thank him enough. And right after we passed this adversity, around June 24, Umu came to our business. She has been a great asset as we transition the business from growth, and also to be able to own our own building, because our lease was for 3 years. So today, we own the building free and clear with every penny we saved. The new building what we have, we're going to be here in Tucson for a long haul, so long we stay in business. In the pizza industry, but we own. And this, as the market sometimes crunches with the labor cost goes up, material cost goes up, if you have your own building, be able to invest in the building in terms of solar and technology, and then you don't have to increase price too much for your customers, because without them, the door cannot open. So we keep that as a top priority. So the reason I'm sharing this story with the young people is because you're gonna have a dream, but a dream to live up, it's always, you gotta have a purpose, a vision, but a good work ethic. And I work, my father worked, my brother worked, and I push them, and I push them, I push them, they push me, because every time I see my dad, I feel like I don't work hard enough. Because when you have an 80 years old, gets up every day, and he's the first, and he comes around 11, does everything, he leaves around 9 o'clock. And my brother is there from 11, God knows until when. So we can't thank him enough. But all this happened because Pep has been with us every step of the way. Without you, we would not be here. And I just want to extend the gratitude to the board, at Pep and at PMHDC, and to all the wonderful staff, because your dedication that you're doing for this community in terms of access to credit is inspiring many businesses. Waldi worked at Blackjack, now he's a restaurant owner. Mickey worked at Blackjack, now he's a truck driver and just getting a loan from Pep. And the story goes on and on and on. I can go forever, but in the interest of time, I just want to say thank you. I accept this award. I accept this award for these two people. That's for my brother and my dad. They are here today. If you could both of you stand, please. And I just want to say, what's up? If I could say a last word, in life, it's not where you start that matters, it's where you finish. So never give up, keep pushing. Love you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.